Hi there, my name is Stephanie, and this is Couture, Costumes, and Cats. You may be wondering why I'm dressed like this. It's because today we're going to talk about one of my favorite movies, The Guest. Yay! This movie is turning 10 years old today. Happy birthday, The Guest! I can't believe it's been 10 years since this movie came out. Oh my gosh. What to say about this film? This is a very surprising movie. It kind of it comes out of nowhere. I love that you just meet this person, this guest, played by Dan Stevens, the very charming Dan Stevens. And he just shows up and you're supposed to just go along for the ride. Yeah. I saw this film the first time maybe 5 years ago, and my husband showed it to me. He said, basically, he didn't say anything. He just said, let's watch this movie around Halloween. It's not a Halloween like centric movie, but it's a good movie to watch around Halloween time and spooky season because it takes place in a very like Halloween setting. There's a whole part of the film that is happening in a haunted house type like Halloween maze at the school. So definitely a good spooky season film to watch. The character played by Dan Stevens is the aforementioned guest that just shows up at this family. This family there's parents and there's two kids. They're grown up. The son is in high school. The daughter, played by Maika, Monroe, is a waitress. This is why I'm dressed this way. So you have this character that comes into a very vulnerable space. And that is contrasted with the fact that it's, Halloween and there's Halloween decorations in the house and outside the house. And, you have these other characters that keep just coming in. The dad comes home, the son comes home from school, and then, the daughter wakes up because she works nights at the diner. So they come in, one at a time, and they all have different reactions to this guest. And it's just a really beautiful story. And you really don't know where this character is coming from. I mean, you know that he was in the army, but you don't really know what his intentions are. He seems very, very polite, very kind. And then, little by little, you have little hints of, who is this character and what does he actually want? His intentions aren't actually as noble as we once thought. So as the movie progresses, you see a little bit more of this dark side almost to this character. And then there's a point in the film where it very much shifts. The story shifts and it's a different movie from that point. So why this movie is just one of my favorites is it's a very surprising story, and it's very, very entertaining, but also it has the most wonderful visuals, and there's harsh lights, during the day, and then at night there's all these dark spooky settings with neon lights, and the score just comes in and puts it all together. The score just almost feels like this whole movie is just a rise, maybe not the whole movie, but definitely the second part is just on a non-stop rise, and the score just completely contributes to that rise, that feeling that you get, that epicness. Wonderful score. So this movie takes place, in the mid 2010s. It's, the fashions are unremarkable. There's jeans and t-shirts for the most part. There's a point where Anna goes to a party at a friend's house, and it may be kind of like a Halloween party, we don't know, but she wears this like kind of skull face dress shirt, and it's very like spooky themed. So we have the spooky sort of theme throughout the film, but definitely the outfits that we see are very much, you know, plain clothes, contemporary, everyday wear, which is why I feel like this outfit, this costume just sort of really pops at you in the film. The film is not necessarily that desaturated. It's just that it's just like so, you know, clean. You have, you know, there's a bar set, there's the school, there's the house, there's the friend's house. It's very, very tight, you know, sets that are very, very clean, those set pieces, you know. And then, you know, you have this character that just walks in wearing this outfit. So it definitely stands out in the movie. That's what I'm trying to say. And is very memorable. So even after my first watch, I knew I wanted to make this costume because it's just so cute, so fun. And not only is it just like a, you know, kitsch, traditional cliche waitress outfit, it has a bit of an edge to it with her accessories. So that's why I just fell in love with it. So I decided to make this costume in honor of the 10th anniversary of this movie, but also to just like honor the cute little outer place almost costume that this character wears at work. We see there's a scene at the diner where all the waitresses are dressed this way, and it's very, very movie lore, you know? I feel like I've never actually seen a waitress dressed this way anywhere, but it's definitely something that we see coming up, you know, over and over in movies, and I absolutely adore it. You know, other movies I can think of that have awesome like waitress outfits is Friday the 13th Part 9. Diana and her colleagues, they work at the diner, they wear these beautiful waitress outfits. There's some in Twin Peaks. My gosh. Even Triple X, there's a scene where a waitress is all dressed up in heels, and you know, it's a total cliche, but somehow it works in this film. I love that the character played by Maika Monroe, Anna, she just kind of brings her own style to the uniform, you know, to the outfit. Even though she's wearing the uniform, she has her goth jewelry, her braided like side hair, her side braided hair, and she wears those like tall knee socks and boots. Those boots, just love it on her. The style, it gives her so much character, and it plays into, you know, her arc in the film, where she just kind of becomes like the protector, you know, of her brother. She just like is thrown into this situation where no one else can help her, so she's just, you know, kind of a badass. And I love that we get little hints through the film that she's going to be this way, just with her just attitude, you know, just how she's very guarded and very, you know, doesn't trust anyone, and it kind of pays off in the end. So her character is really just a lot of fun to watch. So when I decide to make a movie costume or creation, I pretty much start from making notes about the outfit itself, writing down the potential fabrics that could be used, and then while I'm watching the movie, just making some sketches and noting some specific details that I might forget, like the placement of a button, or the size of the belt, or the length of the skirt, or where the pleats are positioned, and etc. So I will sketch a little bit of like the general silhouette, and I'll make some notes, some detailed notes, and some fit notes as well. The garment hangs loose, or the garment is fitted here and here, etc. Garment seems to be waterproof or fluid, or so I'll make as much notes as I can, and from there I'm going to go on the hunt for fabrics. And after I find the fabrics, I'm going to decide, is there a pattern that I can use for this specific costume, or can I break it down in pieces like, bodice, skirt, pants, shorts, sleeves, collar, etc. Can I find all these different pieces, or will I self-draft them, or will I just hack a pattern that I already have, or just modify something, just add some length, add some flare, etc. So these are pretty much the steps that I'm going to follow, and hopefully it comes together without too much drama. This costume was made with a mixture of self-drafted patterns and patterns that are tried and true. So I used a bodice pattern that I've made before, and then just changed up the sleeves a little bit to make them look like closer to the movie sleeves, and then I drafted a little cuff for the sleeve to add that like contrast cuff. I self-drafted the skirt. It's a half circle skirt. I added some pockets because at the cons or the horror festivals that I'm going to attend, having extra pockets is always a good idea. So added those, and then I self-drafted the little apron to kind of match the shape and the length that it was in the movie. So this costume was a lot of fun to make. I put it off for so long just because I had to, self-draft a couple of things, and it's always a little bit daunting. You don't want to make mistakes. You have a finite amount of fabric. So I had to do a bit of testing with the cuffs and with like the zipper front. But in the end, it all came together, and I'm really happy with the way that it looks. And I also, treated myself to a little photo shoot to really honor the work that I put into this outfit. So I hope that you I hope that you enjoy it. So yeah, this is just made out of quilting cotton. I had to hunt down some specific colors, specific pattern. It's obviously not exactly the same as in the movie, but it's, close enough with the color and the type of pattern in it. And then the accents of the gingham, like yellow and white, the cuffs, and then you have, the apron and the socks, the boots, etc. So, yeah, this was a lot of fun to put together. These are all, the extras are all things that I already had in my jewelry box and in my, accessories closet. So putting this together was a lot of fun. I did have to buy some yellow boot laces because I did not have those in my collection, but now I'm really glad that I do. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite movies. As I said, you have to give it a watch if you haven't seen it yet, because it's totally worth it. and I hope that you love it as much as I did. So happy spooky season. Happy birthday, the guest. And I'll see you next time. Bye.